All right, everybody. What the hell is going on? We've got Reynor in the top right side. It's a WTL highlight match. The match that everyone was talking about, and I finally got my hands on the replay. Goblin in the bottom left side as well. People have told me that this here is the match. It's a special match. And to be fair, what I love about Goblin is Goblin in 2019 was coming up as a very promising player. Roddy was super hyped. He said, Goblin's the next big thing, guys. Goblin... He's from, I want to say Croatia. Is it Croatia? Somewhere down there in the Balkans, one of those little countries. This guy has mad talent, mad skill, creative build orders. He's a beast. And then he got to a tournament. He got like a surprise top 8 at like his first big LAN. And then he basically, according to Roddy's very casual telling the story in his stream, Goblin kind of went, oh, that's awesome. I'm really good at this game. And then just never practiced again and just hops on to play tournaments and when he feels like laddering. For you know, shits and giggles essentially, and it didn't necessarily improve that much past that first massive performance that he had in a tournament back then. Now I don't know if how true that is. Roddy was obviously tongue in cheek and kind of joking, where he's like, "Goblin, do some more practice. You could be like MaxPax, best Protoss in the world," kind of thing, you know. But Goblin will play tournaments, and when I look at his Twitter feed, he's like, can't believe I won a game I haven't played in 3 months. Like, he just rocks up, plays tournaments. I don't know how much he's practicing at the moment. I just know he is very on and off with his play, plays other games, does other things, and comes out and just plays his own weird, unique style and builds and finds ways to win. And it's funny because he's playing against a Reynor. We're looking at peak Reynor, hardcore practice every day, trying to be the best he can, getting ready for the World Championship $1 million tournament. But he's up against a Protoss player who knows how to play obnoxiously. And that is what makes things interesting here. I believe the context for this game is, I think this is their second game in a WTL series, by the way. And I believe Goblin won the first game, but I'm not actually sure how. I could be wrong on that. People will correct me in the comments, but I think it was just like a simple timing attack or something. It wasn't like a super exciting game. Stargate comes in here as well. So I heard that this is kind of just a very special match. I can only imagine that we're going to see Goblin do some obnoxious special strats. And I'm going to see Reynor maybe run into a bit of a wall, because we know that Reynor has had, let's say, a mental block around Protoss. I mean, don't get me wrong, this was played, I believe, before his recent 2 finals against MaxPax, where he played some really cool builds, managed to do really well in those games. So I think this is still maybe mental block Reynor that we're looking at here, where I think he's starting to overcome that right before the World Championship. But we'll see what goes on, because we know that he feels Protoss is incredibly strong and has insane late game. Absolutely insane. Stalker rotating around here. Trying to pick off some Zerglings. Big thanks to the Prime subs, guys. Appreciate those loves. Remember, those subs. Remember, if you guys are watching on YouTube, but you have Amazon Prime, you get a Twitch sub for free every month. All you need to do is log into Twitch, go to my channel, even if I'm offline, and you can subscribe using that little crown emoji. I like once every 2 to 3 months will mention this on my in like a video I'm recording, and then I'll like come back randomly one day after it goes live, and I'm like, "Ooh, I got 3 subs. I got 2 or 3 subs. I get the same money as I do from a normal sub. Costs you nothing if you've already got your Amazon. You just need to use it every month in order to give a streamer that support. Comes out of Amazon's pocket rather than yours, since you've already paid for the stuff. Now, guys, that's a very quick Rich Gas Roach Warren as well. Uh-oh. This is a very quick triple gas Ravager Ling build. Okie dokie. Oh, he's going to see the Roach Warren. This is huge. Goblin gets 2 probes. Jones probably could have got 3 or 4 if he microed that a bit more. But he was dealing with the Lings at home. Now, how do you defend? You've only got 2 gateways. I would cancel a gas and instantly take a 3rd and 4th gateway. Is he not paying attention? You saw a Roach Warren. He might have been distracted by the Lings. The Lings might be distracting him. This is clearly a Queen Walk Ravager Ling all-in, which is what every single Zerg does every time they play this map, guys. They never do anything else. It's the same build every time you play this map. I say that, Reynor starts droning. Maybe because he got scouted, he's changed his mind. I think he's changed his mind. Oh, 3 drones go down. 4, not bad. 4 drones. 4 more drones coming up. Yeah, okay, so Reynor's changed his mind, I think. He's got 8 lava. No, he's got so much gas, no minerals right now. Okay, the Lings are being very active, but they're not really finding anything. Goblin's defending very well. And yeah, it's non-stop drones. So Reynor invested in a really early Roach Warren. He's got the rich gas mining. He's pulled off gas in his main base, and he's just going to go for a lair now. So this is actually a good start for Goblin, because Goblin did not bite the bait. He builds 1 cannon, 1 battery for safety, but otherwise, Twilight Forge into 3rd and 4th gateway. About as greedy as you can get. Very standard opening You know, there's no safety precautions other than this cannon and battery being made, which is perfect against the fact that Reynor has not moved out with that queen walk. He's just chilling on 6 queens, 13 zerglings, and macroing on up. Now, this is Crimson Court. This map right now, it's got minerals, which you can't really mine out aggressively. They have to mine it out themselves. So if Goblin never opens those, you really want to open these rocks here, all these rocks along the edges of the map to open up these side paths. That's something I think Reynor should already be doing right now with these zerglings while they're active. Ooh. Fleet pick and second Stargate on the way. What is this? Oh my gosh. Blink into 2 Stargate carrier. Oh my gosh. Maybe even Tempest. Hydra Den comes down for Reynor. Okay, so Raider's getting a pretty quick Hydra Den. He's down in economy right now, but with the purple gas, that does help him out a little. Oracles go for 3, 4, 5 kills. Beautiful micro by Gobbo. Bunch of Gobbos in here. I always like goblins in Warhammer, you know. They always have fun names and stuff. Oh, Overseer should be going down, right? Did he not make Blink? Oh, Blink's not ready yet. Okay. He could Blink across that gap in about 5 seconds, but the Overseer barely does escape for now. +1 melee's on the way. Hydra range. Infestation Pit. Reynor looks like he's kind of just chilling towards late game, but he's doing it from no economic advantage as the first 2 carriers start up. 2 carriers, no +1 air weapons. You need air weapons on that Cybercore if you're going to be playing early carriers here. Overseer tries to come in. Stalker's ready to block it. Nicely done. Stalkers in the front are going to clear the creep as well. Goblin playing a pretty interesting strategy. I usually don't rate these strategies because I feel like your splash damage hits the field so very late that even just like a mass Hydra timing can kill you. But because he's adding a lot of cannons and batteries, maybe, just maybe, Goblin can get some stuff done. +1 air weapons finally starts up on the Cybercore. Let's go. Does Slayer's Boxer still play StarCraft 2? I do not think so. Hasn't been for about 10 years. 12? 12 years? Imagine he's just playing poker these days. A lot of those old StarCraft pros all became poker players. Rode that wave in the 2000s, made a lot of money. Some of them still doing it today. 4, 5 drones, make it 6. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, these oracles, 10 kills and 9 kills. Reynor's anti-air defense has been off point today. I've never really said that before. Are we allowed to say that, guys? You know how you say, oh, he's on point. Can we say off point? Is that wrong? What's on point even? He's on point right now. What sport is that from? Is that from one specific sport? You know when you've just been using his saying for years, you don't even know where it originates from? Roach is in the mix, but no Roach speed is interesting. Lurkaden's coming in. Hive, Infestors. He's getting every single different unit. On point's probably from military. Take point. Yeah, like the front scout, right? That's taking point. What would be the Vanguard, right? Would be the front in old medieval war and stuff, right? Olden day war. The Van. Stalkers coming forwards. American football, point guard maybe. And point is ballet. And point. To be on point is to be very precise and right on something. Okay, apparently there's like 10 different things that could be from. Fair call, fair call. All right, guys, Reynor right now is turtling. He's just playing Lurker Turtle. He does not... He knows about the carriers, but he doesn't actually see exactly what the numbers are. And he's giving Goblin kind of a free pass to Hive Tech, which I do find a little bit surprising. But, or while he goes to Hive Tech, a free road to 4 bases and Skytoss, I should say. +2 air weapons on the way for Goblin. Robo comes in so he can get some detection. Dude, this is basically everything Reynor hates about PvZ. This is the worst. And the fact that he's stuck on low-tier units like Roach Hydra Infester. Oh, and he's just started his Spire. Dude, and he still hasn't broken many rocks. He's broken those, but he hasn't broken any of... Like, Reynor should be clearing rocks right now. As much as possible. Zealot, Archon, Stalker, Carrier coming forward. Goblin has had a very similar supply. He's got 6 carriers against 15 Hydras. That is not good for Reynor. And he might get overwhelmed. Lurkers are out of position. Army shows up on creep. Reynor needs to unburrow. He's got to get over there. He needs to get over to that side. He's got a lot of spores helping out. The Lurkers try to come in. Queen's up front are going to tank very well. Where's the Microbial Shroud? He's going to need Microbial. Microbial goes down on the Hydra Queen very nicely. Could get some on the Spore Crawlers as well. The Intercept is getting gunned down. Queens do run pretty far forward. At the same time, Zealots run in the right side, but the Lurkers stay there and they will crush. Carriers on the low ground going to go towards this base. But Goblin doesn't find the big pickoffs. Microbial Shroud keeps him safe. Reynor with a very effective turtle defense. He finally starts 3 Vipers. And a second Spire goes down as his armor upgrades do begin. Storm's on the way as well as +2 air weapons, +3 ground weapons on the way. And Goblin right now is looking to take Reynor to the danger zone. Now remember, for a lot of Zerg players, the danger zone is Protoss timing attacks. Occasionally, if the Protoss is a god of late game, it's there. Now against Reynor, it's create a slow, turtley situation where Reynor feels like all he can do is sit in a corner and defend. And it's basically like, you can take Reynor, give him Zerglings, give him multitasking, give him movement in StarCraft, and StarCraft is his favorite game in the world. You force Reynor to play this sort of Spore Crawler Lurker StarCraft, and it is like you turn Reynor from a lover of StarCraft, it's like he becomes Idra. You guys remember Idra from early days of StarCraft 2, where he's like, this game is garbage, it's nowhere near as good as StarCraft 1. I don't know why I'm playing this game. Oh my god, it sucks so much, it's so bad. I feel like the spirit of Idra possesses Reynor when he's forced to play this game. Like, you can just see his bloody vein throbbing on his forehead. There's like spittle starting to come out of the corner of his mouth. He's got that like Artosis downwards frowny face that he gets when he's in like a really long game against Protoss and they're doing lots of Protoss things like recalls in his base. You know, that is essentially the state that Reynor's entering right now. Is he's like, cool, I'm very slowly establishing a 5th base. This is really fun and interactive. I love this skillful game that we're playing. Oh, it's so cool. Arto Grinch apparently is the emote for that one. I didn't know it was Arto Grinch. That's hilarious. That's such a good name. Oh man, I gotta get up to date on my Artosis emotes. Yeah, I kid you not, like Reynor is disgusted when he hates playing games like this. Maru's taken him to these sort of games as Terran many times, and he's never shown really a good patience or enjoyment of playing them. And you can see him visibly get tilted when he plays these games. So Goblin right now is forcing Reynor into his least hated part of the game. And this is a good test, right? Leading into the World Championship, leading into Riyadh, leading into the Esports World Cup. It's gonna be a big test because you're gonna potentially play against this man, play against like Classic or Showtime. They will very likely take you here. If you have to play Classic or Showtime, they will love to take you. Classic beat Reynor at Gamers 8 last year, the tournament which Reynor won. Am I remembering that correctly? He did beat him, right, guys? I just like pulled that out and I'm like, I think I'm right on that. Someone's going to fact check me in the comments and let me know. Pretty sure it was Classic that 2-0'd Reynor in the group stage. Carrier's coming in again. Drone's going to be getting taken out. Dude, I like this harass from the low ground. The gas guys is already removed, right? He's already mined that out, so it's just the minerals Reynor's fighting for here, but units lost tab is actually in favor of Reynor. Part of that is going to be interceptors. 64 interceptors, remember they're 15 minerals each. It's actually quite a lot of value you end up losing over the long term. Now these roaches are worthless. Reynor needs to get rid of these and replace these with better units. Just kill each other. He just needs to get rid of them. They're wasting so much supply down there, guys. That is 14 supply on garbage. Mama's going to get spotted by them, so at least they achieve something. Nidus Worm in the main base right now. Carrier Storm on the front. What's inside the Nidus, guys? Nothing. Nothing's inside the Nidus. Right now, nothing is loaded in. The army's on the front. Goblin did not notice this at all. He's going to recall his army. That means he's out in the open. Fungal Hydra. Oh, crazy move. Crazy move. Catches a bunch of High Templar. Probably well worth losing a few Hydras for that. Lurkers are going to pop in the main. There's an Observer and Carriers. Get out, Reynor. Get out. 3 Lurkers ain't going to do much. Tries to get back in the Nidus, but it's too little too late. Overseer goes down as well. Nice cleanup for Goblin. Mama. Oh, goodbye, Mama. See ya. See ya, mate. That's what the Counter-Strike players used to say in Australia, guys. When they'd be at a LAN, they'd be playing across from each other, and anytime they'd kill someone on the other team, they'd be like, see ya, mate. It was a very aggressive see you later, basically. It was a very Australian form of smack talk. Possibly one of the funniest things I've ever seen. We were shocked as StarCraft players. We were like, oh, Good game, well played. Shake hands. Very, very chess-style atmosphere in StarCraft. You've got Counter-Strike, and it's a little bit more like footy. A few other things they'd say that I can't really repeat as well. But see you, mate, was their favorite phrase back in 2010. Ling's coming up there as well. Cannons and batteries coming in. Motherships on the way. +2 plasma shields. Burrow, kindness plating. Ultras are really good. Now, you might be wondering, why would you get ultras? It's because if they don't have any immortals, he's got 3 immortals, so it's not as good. But if you don't have any immortals, you can just build like 6 ultras and kill every High Templar and Archon, and then your Corruptors can fly in and kill all the carriers. But as long as they keep enough immortals or cannons and batteries and stuff to defend the High Templar and allow you to keep Storm up, Corruptors and Vipers can't really engage with the carriers. So you're trying to like avoid each other's spells and pick away at each other. So, see, someone told me that watching this stream would raise my IQ by 10 points. No. IQ, so that was Johnny. Johnny Big D. He hangs out in his channel. He's nicknamed his Shlong. He named it IQ. So he's saying you can add 10 centimeters to his IQ. He's a bit of a weird guy. You shouldn't trust what people tell you on the internet. Stalkers blink in, get a few drone kills there. Very nicely done. The Stalkers are going to be just sacrificing themselves. Doesn't really want to keep those alive. Fungals. Oh, good feedbacks on the Vipers. But a couple of observers go down. Units lost tab still has been efficient here. Reynor's still got these roaches. Guys, supply efficiency is so important in late game. Having these 7 slow roaches, it's like having a security force made up of geriatric people in mobility scooters. It seems cool, but no. Send them somewhere else. Get rid of them. No, they're not. They're literally too slow to deal with anything. These roaches are so bad. Okay, Zealot's going to go in the right side now. Goblin's doing a good job of keeping Reynor somewhat contained. He's got a pylons building up there in the top left as well. Stalker, Zealot coming in. Ultralisk shows itself. Oh, I don't like the Ultras coming out. I always like Ultras as a surprise. Doing it the way Reynor's doing it, you need to actually play like a good player. Because you've announced you're going Ultras, which means Goblin should probably go up to like 5 Immortals now, just to make sure he always has the anti-Ultra power available. Few Zealots warping in to take down that hatchery. Spore Crawlers are there. Fungals landing on those carriers, make it a bit harder to retreat. Fungal, it takes 3 Fungals to kill a High Templar. Oh! He neurals the carrier. He should fly it into the spores to make sure it dies. Another Fungal to zone out would be good. Is he going to get it? Oh my god, this is such a silly interaction. Yeah, the Corruptors snag the carrier. And they do manage to take that out. Dude, get rid of the roaches, Reynor, please. Guys, just kill. There's 14 supplies being wasted on roaches. The queens are fine. Pretty much everything else serves a function in supply usage, except these roaches that are just like, you get to play with a 185 supply max. 186 to be exact. He gets to play with 200 supply. You get 186. Couple more infestors are building. 3/3 air upgrades are on the way for Reynor. +2 air armor and +3 shields on the way for Goblin. Does lose his warp prism now. A Void Ray is only good for harassing. I don't see them in armies. They're good at killing Corruptors, but they're a bit more fragile than carriers, so they die to Parasitic Bomb and Fungal, the spells, very, very much, and they clump up. So you have to really spread them out a lot, and they're kind of worthless at fighting Hydras or Queens. So the Void Rays, if your opponent gets to like 40 Corruptors, you definitely want to mix some Void Rays in, usually. But generally speaking, it's hard to force a fight. So most people are like, I'll just get a few Tempests and just hide behind Cannon Battery and shoot you from out of range. And I'll rely purely on Storm and Archon to deal with this. No, don't run away. Let them die. Reynor finally loses 2 of his roaches, but the man is addicted to trying to be efficient in this game. He's like, no, no, no. Okay, I traded 2 of them away. We're keeping these roaches alive. I mean, this is, I know I use this analogy a lot, but this is actually the best case scenario for it. This is when you find yourself entering the Atomic Era in a Civ game and you realize you've still got a warrior garrisoning in one of your cities. And you're like, oh, I have a dude with a club wearing a tiger pelt guarding, the modern metropolis of Tokyo or something. You're like, probably should maybe give them some guns or something and, update. Slow roaches this deep in the game, they're worthless. They're worthless units, guys. They're so bad. Tempest Siege in the bottom. Could start picking this base off. Let's see. few more Stargates coming in as well. Carriers in the north. Archon Immortal Stalker. Let's see what happens. So he's got to try and... Look at this. The vision battle. The vision battle. Notice the High Templar is spread here for Goblin. High Templar out front, and he's just going to keep chipping at you. Gets the feedback on one of the Infestors. Remember, Infestors can get one shot by that feedback, but look at that. High Templar goes down. Good chain Fungals. If you use the edge of your Fungal range, you can always outrange High Templar with Fungal and slowly wear them down. Triple Fungal to take them down. Nice snipes there on some of these Queens. Units lost tab. We'll keep checking in on that because that tells us the efficiency tail. And no one's been able to steal the other opponent's resources yet, right? Actually, wait a second. If Goblin can mine this base and that top left base, then he's getting more than half. So actually, yes. Goblin has more of the map right now, but Reynor denies the north, so nope. Oh, big snatch, big snatch. Oh, big snatch. 3 carriers, a bunch of units going down. Beautiful catch there. And the warriors are like, what? Who said we're useless? We're still around. Yeah, because they are too slow to ever be in the front of a fight. Dude, big Fungals. Does he get a parasitic bomb, though? No parasitic bomb. There's not enough anti-air here. Goblin can kill this base. Goblin's taking his time because he doesn't know how many lurkers there are back there and other units coming. He did lose a lot of carriers in that previous fight. +3 air armors coming in now. More Tempests building. I don't think you want to go past 8 Tempests. I think 8 Tempests is more than enough. At that point, you can one-shot almost any unit that's not an Ultralisk. Observer and a few Zealots coming up the top. Going to try and fight these Roaches. These Roaches are actually trading well. I have to take it all back, guys. The bloody cavemen... The cavemen with the big boom boom clubs are actually trading efficiency and they're still alive. They're serving a function. Is it the best function? No. Nexus on the front lines. You might be wondering, why is he building that? So he can battery overcharge on the front. It also gives him the ability to forward recall. The Roaches are still microing back. There's still 3 of them left. These aren't Roaches. These are Brooches. That's right. Not like a brooch you wear, but more like a bro that's also a roach. You know, one of your bros, he's a bit of a roach. Everyone's passed out at the party. He's still going. He's drinking leftover beers that he's collecting in a old gumboot that he's found. He's going around, everyone's left their half-drunk beers around the party. He's pouring them in a big old gumboot, and then he's going to drink it out of there because he doesn't like wasting things. You're like, dude, you're a bit of a broach, aren't you? He's like, yeah, man, you can't let it go to waste. You know, it's good beer. It's that friggin' weirdo. That's these Roaches that just refuse to die. They're still in here, guys. Still, 3 slow Roaches, 6 supply. Why not? Now, this is actually a really good transition. Ultraling Bane is really good for busting cannons and batteries. He does have a few Tempests. It's a lot of cannons. If he had a few Archons, they would do really well against this. But without the Archons, it's going to be a problem. He forgot Baneling Speed. Baneling Speed's coming in now for Reynor. Ultra Baneling Roach Hydra coming forward. Nice Storms. Does clear a few of the Banelings. Here come the Corruptors diving on the Tempests. Dude, that's a good dive. The Immortal's going to help out a lot, though. That Immortal, with the layer of cannons, does push it back. Unfortunately, though, he warped in Stalkers. And Stalkers are about as garbage as Roaches. Man just made crossbowmen to deal with the enemy mechanized infantry push. And I gotta say, guys, I love a crossbowman in the medieval ages as much as anyone else. But not we're in the bloody information era. It's a bit outdated. That hatchery snipe's gonna go down, though. Goblin is mining one of the middle bases, remember. He's mining one of these bases that's kind of on Reynor's side with how they've split the map. Carrier's getting abducted, though. Oh, big carriers. He tries to recall the army from the top to Mama, but he doesn't get the recall off, which means those units are all dying as well. Oh, my gosh. Oh, gosh. The efficiency is off the chain. Reynor's losing. This is what often happens in this matchup, guys. Because as the Zerg, you're kind of stuck defending. You trade way better. 6,000 resources, but you just lost 2 of these middle bases. The thing is, Goblin's mining so much more resources. Like, you do need to rebuild your economy. You're down to just 47 workers. You're not mining this top base. You're not mining this base. As Reynor, this is a problem. His income's drying up. His income is so low right now. He has so little bank to draw on. I'm just kidding, guys. He has 15,000 resources in the bank. But to be fair, there are games where if Goblin can steal this middle base up here and finish mining this one, it's going to be so hard for Reynor to get back in this game. Not only that, he's investing in Banelings, which are naturally a kind of cost-inefficient unit. Luckily for him, Storm isn't ready. Oh, 70 energy, 71, 72, and the army's coming down. Oh, there's plenty of Storm. He's going to run away the moment he sees those High Templar. Oh, Lingbane, Lurker coming in. Oh, Baneling's going in. Oh, okie doke. Battery overcharge goes down. Pylons are full, and the Storms, though. He's going to keep attacking into this. Dude, Reynor, is he crazy? Reynor's a little bit crazy there, guys. The Brooches all just died. The Brooches are gone. He's lost his Brooches. La Cucaracha. I kind of feel like he needs to rebuild 3 Roaches now just for the meme. And of course, never make Roach speed. So Reynor is running into a bit of a wall. Now, Goblin's Only down 5,000 resources. If he can get this top base up, I think Goblin wins. Question, does he feel confident building cannon battery out there? Because it's a big expense. You can see he's got a lot of gas, only 6,000 minerals. And I know that's kind of a meme, but yeah, to be fair, it is. I believe it was the tournament. It was Game is 8, right? Where Classic beat Classic beat Reynor. And then when Classic played against Serral, I think it was the 50,000 resource bank game where they both had 25,000 plus resources in the bank each. And it was like one of the most turtley games ever on it was that map with like blue ground. It had like sand, but also blue areas on the ground. Does anyone remember the name of that map? There was like blue strips on the map. Kind of looked like blue pebble ground or something, interspersed with like a sandy ground. Oh, I'm trying to remember that map name. It's actually a pretty fun map. I'm kind of annoyed that it got taken out of the pool so quickly. Hatchery in the top comes up. Oh, Broodlords. These are our first Broodlords, guys. 3 Broodlords being morphed. Reynor's deciding, look, Lurkers aren't enough. I want Broods, Ultras, and Lurkers. The ultimate ground-pounding army. And that makes sense, because there's now 9 Immortals on the map. So essentially, Goblin's back on ground, where he's got an amazing anti-Lurker, anti-Ultra army. And he's just got Tempests, which are actually really good against Broodlords as well. So at this point, you don't need as many Corruptors. Just enough Corruptors to deal with the Tempests. And it's going to be about the positioning. It's going to be about finding them. Yeah, it wasn't Oceanborn or Blue Shift. It was recent. It was like a year ago. It's like the previous map pool. Maybe a year and a half ago. Katowice 2023, Atlanta 2022 were played on that map pool, I believe. Oh, here we go. The Tempest. This is where the Tempest Siege starts, guys. And this is where efficiency forces the Zerg to fight. He does get an Observer, but he loses a Corruptor. Great trade. So you look at this. You use the Oracle tags for Goblin, and then you can see, and you can just shoot from really far away. So you see he brings the Tempest forward, and he's just like, cool. He hasn't actually made Tectonic Destabilizers yet, guys. Oh, he has. He has, sorry. He was just attacking a unit, not a... It only turns orange when they attack buildings. So only when they attack buildings does their attack turn orange, right? For the upgrade, I believe. Tempest just trying to pick off units. He's going to slowly siege Reynor down, but Reynor's getting the top base. This is the real thing he should be focused on. This base is almost mined out. Well, there's still 1,400 gas. Actually, because he killed this base before, this base is still important. But the top base is even more important. I feel like if you could get rid of that, that would be huge. Oh, Reynor's ready with the infestors, guys. He's got a neural parasite ambush waiting there. If this army stumbles into him, which it does, he's going to be able to kill this. Ling Ultra surround here. He's got infestors there. He could neural the immortal as well if he wants to. He just goes for fungal, which is not a bad move. 1 Ultra is burrowed there deep in the red, which is hilarious. Nothing like burrowing a 13 hit point big boy. Battery overcharge does save the cannon, even though the battery itself goes down. Fungal does fall. Nice abduct, mama! Mama! Just abducted a man and gets taken down. Mama goes down. Oh, look at that, one-shotting Spore Crawlers. The thing is, whenever you're fighting across from their cannons and batteries in High Templar, the efficiency gets out of hand. Even though Protoss is behind 4,000, this specific interaction is going to send that trading way in Protoss' favor if you allow it to continue. So what's the counterplay? Usually it's counterattack. Blow up this middle base would be huge. I think hit this middle with Ultra Ling, get rid of these robos, clear the middle, and then you can start hitting the Protoss production as well. I think Reynor needs to break that middle area while he's still got back, and use Zerglings. You've got plenty of minerals. Your Lings are efficient. As long as there's no High Templar nearby, they will do very well. Yeah, he's going to start clearing this out. There's plenty of Immortal Archon coming forward. Though, so you got to pull back when that army arrives. Reynor's not looking because he's distracted down here in the bottom. The Ultras are all getting caught, guys. The Ultras are all getting caught here. This is not good. Oh, Neural! Neural ambush! Is it enough, though? He doesn't have much support. There's no observers here, though. The Immortals are doing so much damage! So much damage to his own team! Oh, man! Reynor, the king of Neural Parasite at the same time. He tries to engage on the bottom side, but it looks like all of his Corruptors get slaughtered. His Queen's going down as well. And he does end up having to run away with those Infestors after they break their Neurals. 3,000 resource loss difference. This is actually decent trading for Reynor, especially if he can mine this top base. Remember, he's only on 35 workers. He's very low on mining. He's got a ton of idle workers there. He's got to transfer workers to this top base. If he can full mine that one and this one here, Reynor can get back in this game. Infestors, Queen, I think got picked off there. The Oracle's still trying to tag. He wants to see where those air units are, because remember, Tempests, 10 range versus ground, 14 range versus air. They're so good at focusing down those air units. Got to watch out for the fungal. High Templar's ready, though. Feedback could be good. Good pullback on the Infestor's hatchery, gets sniped. Nice snipe there for Goblin. And Reynor finds himself in the torture chamber right now, guys. This is Reynor in the torture chamber. Reynor hates being here. This is the, basically, guys, we need to find out if Reynor will be the Kwisatz Haderach of EWC, of the Esports World Cup. Will he be the $1 million man? Well, you know what? Right now, Goblin is a gosh darn witch. He's putting Reynor's hand in a box. He's like, you gotta pass the Gong Jabbar, mate. That's right. And Reynor's like, you guys don't understand. This is the worst pain he has ever experienced in his entire life. He's like, ZvP standoff, kill me now. He's so angry that Goblin's making him play this. He's hating every second of it. But his competitive streak will not let him give up here. He's already dropped a map to Goblin, and he's angry. He's like, dude, if I lose 0-2 to Goblin, it doesn't matter if my team's probably still going to win because Cyril and Showtime and Trigger will carry us. But I will not lose 2 games in WTO. Because remember, every map score matters as well in WTO. Every single map score matters. The Broodlords and the Lurkers coming forward right now. Probes coming in on that side. The Lings and the Spinecrawler doing what they can, cleaning up those probes, of course. The probes are being thrown away on purpose. By the way, yes, guys, that is a macro nexus or a battery nexus used for battery overcharge on the front. Goblin has gone full dark Protoss here, learning from King Cobra, the cannon rusher. Loves his macro nexus as well. And that's going to be a really good move because you end up with excess minerals. But, oh, God, Neural Parasite ambush! Oh, Reynor shoves his tentacles right up in there. Oh, God. Oh, gosh. Oh, my Lord. That is the Reynor Infestor Tentacle Ambush of Death. That is the same move he has pulled off so many times on Showtime when he's looked completely dead and he turns the entire Protoss army. He literally just put Goblin in a headlock and grabbed Goblin's arm and started slapping him in the face with his own arm and said, why are you hitting yourself, Gobbo? Why are you hitting yourself? 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 Goblin's like, dude, that is messed up. You are not meant to be able to use my own army to kill myself. Reynor's cackling madly as he finally is starting to have fun in this game after abusing Neuroparasite to an excellent degree. He's also broken the middle base, which means he can now start attacking towards the production. There's no cannons guarding that. If he gets this army up to the edges, top left or bottom right, he can now, see, look, so he's going to start sieging with Lurker Broodlord, and then he can run Mass Ling into the production as well, whenever there's an opening. Yes, this is a classic move. This is what you do in the late game. You try to attack the fringes. Now, this top left base, he's given up on. He doesn't care. I'm pretty sure Goblin's whole plan is take that bottom base off Reynor there. But Reynor's mining it right now. Reynor's distracting him with Zerglings, and you got to get rid of this base before Reynor mines the rest of that, because Reynor's going to get this full base up here. And he'll steal these, 600 minerals on that side as well. Oh no! Oh no, Goblin! Oh no, Goblin! Oh, it's all falling apart. Oh my gosh, the Corruptor dive. Reynor says, oh, you like turtling? Do you like turtling? And like a psychopath, he literally breaks the turtle shell off and then slurps its insides out like a bloody savage. Vegans in the chat, look away. I know Protoss likes to photosynthesize because they're plants. They're all against that animal on animal hatred and stuff. Reynor does not care. He's Italian. They don't even know the meaning of vegan. He's just a psychopath who is happy to be ripping apart the defenses of this Protoss. On the other hand, his gas is gone. He's got how much gas? 3,000 gas there. Another 2,000. That's 5,000 more. If he can mine all that gas, Reyn is fine. If he gets this gas denied and Goblin takes it, Goblin still has an insane bank. Goblin is now 12,000 resources behind. He snipes the hatchery again. Dude, the 100 damage a shot from these Tempests once they have the anti-building upgrade is crazy. That upgrade, by the way, was specifically invented to help Protoss break stalemates like this by being able to kill spore crawlers. It's one of the weirdest things that they ever added in, but it kind of makes sense when you think about it. And you look at games like this, you're like, yeah, mass spore's hard to break. I guess give those Tempests extra damage. Why not? Ultraling's going to come in. Cybercore's going to go down. Full upgrade complement on both sides, by the way. They all have pretty much every single upgrade available to both teams. Ultras here going to try and fight these cannons. It's a lot of cannons, though. There's a lot of cannons, man. The Ultralisk armor really does help reduce cannon damage. They do 20 damage a shot, but it's reduced by, I think, 7 for a fully upgraded Ultralisk. So 13 damage a shot, not that impactful compared to what they do against lower armor units like Zerglings. But look at that. Stargates are going down. Production going down. This is huge. Because Goblin, he's like, oh gosh, you know, I can't even get over there. Because if he goes back, the Corruptors are going to dive on his base. So he's just over here with him. Is he just going to give it all up and rebuild? Oh, it's expensive, man. He's also losing the 200 minerals on that gold wall off that he never mined. Doesn't really matter until you get to the final resources on the map, but eventually it might matter. Ultra Infestor, Corruptor Ling here hanging out as well. Dude, this is a proper game of StarCraft. This is now. Goblin's able to remax. Can you guys believe it? He's literally remaxing on Immortals right now because he knows there's Mass Ultra out. And as long as his Archons and High Templar can defend the Tempest from the Corruptors and the Spellcasters, and then the Immortals defend everything from the Ultras, it's all about the Broodlord Lurker trying to engage without getting picked off by the Tempest, which is very difficult. Dude, so much tech going down. But Goblin's like, who cares? You can kill all my tech. I get to mine these resources now. If he pulled back to defend his main, maybe Reynor would have reestablished his position. He's like, whatever. Now, Reynor's going to get all these resources up here. 23 drones against 27. They are both at not quite the fist of need, but massive, massive army supplies. Now, I've always said in the late game, I do think a hybrid ground-air army is kind of the most annoying for Zerg to deal with. We've got 11 Immortals, 8 Archons, 6 High Templar, 2 Oracles, 2 Carriers. Problem right now, guys, there's no Gateways. He can't replace High Templar. And he starts a Gateway and a Forge right now just so he can build cannons. He's also only got 2 Oracles for detection, no Observer. Reynor's going to push! That's kind of a wild push there. The Lurkers get stasis trapped and Reynor immediately is like, oh, maybe no. Where are the Corruptors, guys? Oh, they're stacked up there. He's keeping them stacked. They're stacked just behind the Broodlords. Tempest one-shot a Corruptor. That's the sort of play that's going to get you big dividends. Just every time you one-shot one of those. And look at that. Oracles come forward. They tag. Tempest could have been close enough to one-shot one of those Lurkers, but he was playing it safe. Goblin clearing Changelings. These Changelings got cleared by the Archon as well. Getting rid of the Creep's really big. The Creep gives vision. You want to get rid of these Creep Trimmers. Ling's going to clear the left base. Ultra's going to go for these cannons as well. Yeah, clearing up that map control. It's really big because this really just puts Protoss in a corner where they don't have any vision, and suddenly you can kind of out-position them. You have multiple angles to attack from and siege them from. Wow. How many Infestors has he got, guys? 9. 9 Burrow Boys. Oof. Now, Tempests should be able to pick off from afar. And technically, you can always win these slow stalemates with Tempest, but it's a patience game. To be fair, Reynor doesn't have any patience. We know that. Reynor's whole problem in late game is that he has no patience, right? Reynor likes to click on things. Remember how Oliveira beat him at that World Championship? He took a toilet break because he knew that Reynor just is like, go, go, go. Let's play, play, play. Let's vibe, I'm vibing. Let's play, let's click the buttons. Let's click the buttons. And Oliveira took a tactical toilet break. He's like, I need to pee, guys. Yeah, I need 5. You know, Reynor's killing me. I'm going to take 5 minutes, yeah? You know, he's like, I'm looking across. This kid was feeling happy. You know, he was smiling. He's like, let's go. You know, and it's one of those things. Yeah. Took a little tactical toilet break. I mean, maybe he needed to go to the toilet as well. You often do in a series. I think it gets abused in games like tennis and stuff. They do like physical timeouts all the time. Where they're just like, oh yeah, I just, my leg. Ow. Ow, wow, wow. Ow, wow, wow. Like, that's interesting that your leg always seems to hurt right when you're double serving and losing, and you know you're about to break, and then suddenly, ooh, your leg, you can't keep. You need 15 minutes to steal your opponent's. It's a big thing in 1v1 sports. I don't know if Oliveira needed to pee or not, but it definitely did. It helped slow Reynor down. Part of the psychological game is you got to be able to deal with that. Your opponents, you know, there are breaks in the rhythm, there are breaks in the tempo, and right now Goblin's whole plan is I'm going to build cannons and batteries. And I'm just going to chill here, and I'm going to wear you down. You're going to get frustrated. And I think it's very important to lean into those problems and see them positively as a new challenge. You're like, look, I'd love to just keep playing, but right now, my job as Reynor is to find a way to win. Now, arguably, you need to play these situations the best. You need to be willing to accept the draw. Because right now, you're going to mine these resources. He mines these. You can't break their defensive position. There is no way to pick at this Protoss defensive position without being grossly inefficient. So as a Zerg, you should not be fighting it. You should Look for pickoffs. If you get sloppy, maybe you abduct a High Templar or you land some, like chain fungus. Like these High Templar is really badly placed. If you caught those with fungal, that'd be great. This move, hey, all right, cool. P down a robo, run away. Why not? You know, cute little maneuvers like that. Make sure you also go mopping up vision. So you got to go out here and try to catch these observers is really big. You can, abduct or parasitic bomb an observer, abduct an oracle. You know, it's just about getting efficient pickoffs, wearing your opponent down. You've been 26,000 resources more efficient as Reynor, but despite that, actually, how does that make sense? Because it doesn't feel like, did Goblin mine that much more of the map than Reynor? I guess he's getting to mine half of this base, which is firmly on his side. He got to mine this entire base. He mined a tiny bit of that out before Reynor got it. I mean, I guess Reynor's got probably more resources to mine out here than him. Goblin did mine 1.5 bases more than him, effectively. It's what Zayad's updating on. I mean, that's the only way this unit's lost tab makes sense, right? With their banks remaining. Reynor's down on gas, though, guys. That's the big problem he's going to run into. Losing this gas down here is huge. Because he doesn't have any gas. He's going to have to rely on queens for efficiency. So when you get in this scenario where you're running out, there's 700 gas left and that's it. Queens are your best way of turning minerals into gas. It's not a direct way, but basically by transfusing Corruptors, Vipers, Ultras, Lurkers, you're using a mineral-only unit to heal your gas units and preserve them. Oh, look at this. He's waiting in the fog. He wants to come in and abduct some. He wants to get the Oracle. He showed it. He's got to catch that Observer. If he can't get rid of the Observer, he's kind of just screwed. Because that, yeah, look at the way he moves the Observer. Goblin's aware of it as well. He's like, oh, you're going to come from over there, aren't you, you little cheeky bugger. And he's just so careful. High Templar, Arc on Immortal spread. Tempest's going to start picking off stuff. Starts with the creep. Archon's picking those off. Where are the Infestors, guys? Are they just hiding under here? There's one there. Oh, they're all underneath the Ultras. It's hard to see, but they're literally underneath the Ultras right now. They're all just burrowed underground. More Broodlords are making. That's going to be 7 Broodlords. Tempest come forward for a volley. Reynor's rotated his Corruptors back to the center. He needs to dive in and get an abduct. If you get Broodlords chipping, that's a good move. Get rid of the cannon. Get rid of the pylon on the front. And then pull back, pull back, pull back. Don't lose them. The one Tempest shot gets off, then he pulls away. You want to keep coming in from surprising angles like that. Mothership's on the way. Round 2 for Goblin. Goblin's not maxing out. You might wonder why. This isn't going to come down to a pitched battle. It's very unlikely. So you don't necessarily just want to spend all your gas here on 10 High Templar and then have extra High Templar clumped and lose them all to fungal. You're better off saving your gas and using it to replace whatever you end up bleeding out. Because this is going to be a series of small skirmishes. We're talking about both players just pinpricking each other. Like, basically, Goblin's, he cuffs Reynor over the ear. Reynor kicks Goblin in the shins. And then they both back off and go back to circling. You guys think about some of the really hyped up fights we get in MMA sometimes or boxing. And then they kind of just end up looking scared of each other and just circling each other and like waiting for the other guy to fight. You get this sometimes when there's 2 counter punches, 2 counter strikers who are like, I'm waiting to punish you. And the other guy's like, I'm waiting to punish you. And it's Romero Adesanya, right? You know, you're like, oh, this is a terrible fight. Nothing's happening at all, you know? And that can happen. But it's actually the right way to play here. It's the right way to play. Because whoever attacks first is putting themselves at a severe disadvantage. It's a severe disadvantage to attack on creep or attack into the Observer and Storm Vision. Long distance mining, guys, it's that. This was a 500 mineral patch we pointed out earlier that Goblin left. There's also a few hundred minerals here. And Reynor has left a few hundred minerals here. Because Reynor's a dum-dum, guys. He forgot that 7 times 3 times 5. I'm not good with numbers, guys. What's 21 times 5? Like 105 minerals right there, guys. 100 minerals! Not even getting mined! Reynor, such an idiot! Batteries on the front, cannons on the front. Goblin, still 25,000 resources behind right now. I've gotten so much better at doing math on stream over the years, guys. I used to not be able to count numbers. I've gotten better at that. These minerals also, another 21 minerals there. Goblin mining his last 700 minerals on this map. One more carrier being built for Goblin. Oh, watch out for the fungaloo. Ooh, okay, luckily he'd already thrown a fungal, so the feedback doesn't do that much damage. If you're a full energy infestor, you can get popped. Remember, High Templar feedback does 0.5 damage for every mana. So if you have 180 or more energy or mana on your Infestor, you will get popped by the feedback. But if you've already used a spell, you cannot die if you're at full hit points. Feedback used to do 1-for-1, and you used to be able to have 1 High Templar in your main base, and 4 medevacs would fly in, and you'd one-shot 40 supply of units with 4 spells off of a single 2 supply unit. It was possibly one of the, like, Protoss used to be great, guys. Protoss really, like, if you look at Protoss over the ages, did they have some weaknesses? Yes, but they had some real good things as well, you know? Like, Kaidaran Amulet, you used to have a bonus starting energy, so you could warp in a High Templar with Storm ready to go. Oh my gosh, that was good. These Tempers picking off 25,000 things. The Mothership Core, just turn your pylons into cannons and obliterate entire armies. Oh, the good old days, guys. Within 6 months of learning Protoss and properly learning it, I made it to like high GM. I was like beating people who were pro gamers, like low level pro gamers, like on maps on the ladder. I was like, damn, man, I'm so talented. 2016 Protoss hit different. Observer got abducted there. Alright, let's look at the unit stab, guys. I like the way Goblin's slowly chipping away at him and gaining value. Reynor still doesn't mind these minerals. These guys have run out. And this is where Reynor feels like he can't do anything, right? He's just got to like look for the spells, but how? I think because these observers are giving so much vision. Yeah, look at that. Gets a feedback. Just killed it Infestor and feedbacks the queen. Yeah, I think Reynor is always going to outplay Goblin in a game that's fast with lots of things happening. But in this sort of standoff, the guy who has played AI challenges by the dozen, the guy who's beaten like, 15 AI at once, abusing Tempest Disruptor and stuff, like Goblin's good at this sort of game. Goblin has like a bit more, I think I would say, wide-ranging RTS experience than Reynor. As far as I know, Reynor's gaming experience outside of StarCraft involves Diamond League of Legends being spammed repetitively and the occasional Counter-Strike game. I think Goblin, he's played a lot of these different RTS, like these weird different situations, different challenges and things. Probe's getting sacrificed. We're getting ready for the Fist of Neeb. Fist of Neeb. Still minerals to be mined that neither player's noticed. Not a big deal, of course. Doesn't really matter. 5 Broodlords are making, so that's going to be 12 Broodlords. 1 more Ultra. Guys, he's still going up to 11 Ultralisks against 13 Immortals. That feels like a terrible mistake for me. I think the only reason Ultras work in this number is if you use Blinding Cloud and or Neural Parasite, right? Which, in an open situation, Reynor's the god of. We saw him do that earlier. He's going for it! Reynor goes for a fight! The crazy psycho! The crazy psycho move! Oh my gosh, fungals on everything! A few neurals go down! The cloak comes in, there's no detection, the Ultras are getting obliterated! An absolute annihilation on the ground of the Zerg army. But the Broodlords, there's not much answer to them. Does it matter though? Reynor just got his army wiped, man. Absolutely demolished. There's enough carriers and tempers to potentially still beat these corruptors. He's going to come back in. I think the carriers win this fight. There's not enough there. Oh my gosh. Oh, I told you guys Reynor gets impatient. Goblin's there like, I pick off 1 unit. Now Reynor didn't need to defend that base. Reynor literally could have just abandoned that base and pulled back and played patiently for the draw. But now he throws away his entire army. That bank advantage that he built up this game all has to get spent on rebuilding corruptors. Now, Goblin is not remaking High Templar. Do you know why, guys? He never remade his Templar archives. He never rebuilt the Twilight and the Templar archives. He can't make Templar. So Goblin, if he could just remake Templar, it's unlosable, but he can't make High Templar. He has 1 gateway right now. He's making Void Ray Immortal out of 1 Stargate and 1 Robo. He's going to try and recall, but he leaves an Immortal and an Archon behind. Oh! So he's going to leave a few units, but guys, oh no! He never rebuilt the Templar archives. Why is Reynor building Lings? What else is he going to build? That's the problem for him, guys. He has no gas. He can't build anything else except Queens and Zerglings. Now, the thing is, there's nothing that beats Zerglings here. Because he can't. He's making his Twilight. He's going to try and make High Templar from the start. Dude, Reyn is so screwed because he's spending all of his money on Lings right now, which is Ling Corruptor late game with 5 Broodlords, 1 Viper, 6 Queens. I mean, this is just a crazy, crazy situation to find ourselves in. Oh my gosh. If we have any mods on, could you guys snooze the ad break as much as possible 3 times in a row? I'm not sure if you guys have the option to do that. I think you do. I just realized I didn't play an ad break before starting to cast this. I have no idea how long this game goes. It could be over in the next minute, or it could take another 25 minutes. I'm like, oh gosh, thank you moderators for turning that ad break off so it doesn't play during the climax of this game, as we are recording this one live on stream. Whew. Tempest, Templar Archives coming in. Mama's on the way. 4 Tempests, 5 Carriers, 2 Void Rays, 2 Oracles, and 13 Immortals. Lings, Queens, Corruptors, Vipers, all hanging out. He's just gonna, yeah, pull the Spores back. I mean, you want to play for the draw now, I think. As Reynor. Templar Archives is coming in. We've got 1,200 gas. So we can make like 6 High Templar and maybe a few Zealots. And we're going to do that one at a time off this single gateway, by the way. This is the greatest thing, guys. If Reynor was able to kill this gateway, it would actually be really annoying for Goblin. The first High Templar comes in, guys. Cannons clearing changelings right now. I mean, this is the sort of game where most players would ask for a draw, but Reynor knows if he asks for a draw, Goblin's going to be like, so you admit you're losing. You know Goblin's there just like, Goblin has had some of the most like funny responses to doing so well in like the DreamHack Masters regional group stages and stuff as well. He's like, oh my god, I keep winning games, lol. I feel like Goblin plays pretty chilled out in these sort of games, man. And I think he absolutely should just be nice and relaxed. How does a draw occur? Either the players can agree that basically I'm not going to move out of here, you're not going to move out of there. You're not going to move out, I'm not going to move. Okay. One of them offers a draw, the other one accepts it. Or if no one mines a resource, builds a building, I always forget the whole list. Basically, there's like, if you don't kill a building, or like there needs to be a certain thing where after several minutes of no mining resources, no killing buildings, etc., basically it says, hey, you guys haven't done this for 2 minutes. And there's actually a built-in feature where it will pop up and say, hey guys, if no one does any of those in the next 2 minutes, like a draw will happen and there'll be a countdown on the screen. So we might even get that draw timer. Right now, Reynor does find the gold minerals on the left side. He's going to steal those ones. He's mining these ones as well with his 6 drones. Very nice. It's no buildings taking damage, no resources mined, and no buildings being built. Apparently that's it. Generate income, produce a unit, construct a building excluding creep tumor and auto turret, or research and upgrade, or destroy an enemy building. So if you want, you can basically just keep resetting the draw timer by like, you know, doing little things if you don't want that to happen. But usually when it gets to that point, it's a bit of a stalemate where both players are like, well, I'm not going to move out. Why would I risk that? We're up to 4 High Templar now, guys. Do we make a 5th and a 6th one, do you think? Let's make another carrier, which is an interesting choice. 2 carriers, 2 Void Rays, 6 carriers, 5 Tempests, and a Mothership. That's kind of hard for 21 Corruptors to take down. You land a few good Storms and Archon shots. And remember, Reynor has nothing that shoots up other than Corruptors and Queens and Spores. So if you can kill all the Corruptors, you can win that way. If Reynor kills all the air units, he doesn't have to worry about that. Other than that, the problem is you don't have enough minerals to build forward cannons and batteries anymore. So moving out as Goblin is going to be an issue. I'm surprised there's no chatter. Yeah, the draw time hasn't started because he's mining these minerals, guys. What's the plan? Oh, I knew Reynor would buckle first. Remember I told you? I told you that Reynor would be the more frustrated and Goblin would just be there smiling. Everything Reynor says, what's the plan? Not sure, says Goblin. Reynor says, I ain't moving out. So yeah, so Reynor's basically like, hey buddy. He's basically suggesting a draw right now. Goblin's like, I might. Reynor says, do it then. I love how aggressive Reynor gets in these situations. You guys remember Reynor versus Spirit on Neo Humanity? That was fun. When Reynor was just like raging and Spirit's like, I'm winning, aren't I? And Reynor's like, ah. He didn't really have a response. Do it then. I gotta find you first. Find. Is he trying to say find that? He's like, all right, find me. Come and find me. Let's go. Oh, is that find D? Is it meant to be find D's? It's meant to be find D's, but oh, find these nuts? No. Is that what he's saying? Oh, that's hilarious. Oh my gosh. Oh, if it's a draw, is it replayed? Yeah, I think so. Oh, careful, careful. Don't get caught typing while you guys are fighting. Clearing the creep is so important here. It's all about the vision, guys. It's all about the vision. I'm telling you, Reynor, like, even though I'm pretty sure he's friendly with Goblin, I'm pretty sure he kind of hates Goblin right now for making him play this game. I don't know. Five River says, yep, we'll regame if you guys want to draw. So they would literally just start the same map from scratch. And Reynor would 100% all in if that happens. Dude, if we get the regame, I'm 100% casting it as well. Changeling does go down. Extra Void Ray building with his last gas. He's going to try and go for the air dominance play. He's looking for feedbacks. Storms the Changelings, guys. That's so funny. It's like, how can I clear your vision? Because it's a vision battle. Whoever has vision can land good spells. Overseer goes down. Reynor supply blocked. That's actually problematic, guys. He's only got 2 Overseers, and there's a mothership on this map. Damn, that's another problem for Reynor. He's got 120 Zerglings, by the way, guys. There is no way that's enough to clear this many cannons, right? I don't think yeah, so I don't think base trade is an option. Not with like battery overcharge and at least, what is this, 30 cannons? 26? I think it's like 26 cannons. I think it's like 12 per line there. So it's 12, 24, 27. Couple more units getting picked off, guys. The Tempests are getting good value. Only 13,000 resource loss difference now. Remember, Mass Ling could surround the High Templar if they don't land good storms or if they storm themselves. Oh gosh, he's a little deep on creep. You gotta be careful, Goblin. Those Lings are looking for the flank. If he can surround the High Templar, then suddenly this is very winnable for Reynor just by winning the air war. But if he can't surround the High Templar, things get nasty. The Oracle's doing a good job of tagging. Clearing creeps, slowly pushing back Reynor's vision. How many Infestors? There's no Infestors left and only 1 Viper? Oh man, if he loses that Viper, he's screwed. If that Viper gets focused by the Tempest, it's like so bad. You already have so little to work with. 10 Queens, 1 Viper, the only spellcasters for Reynor? Oh my gosh. If they regame, Reynor's worker rushing at the very start to avoid this. This is definitely looking Goblin favored right now, guys. The 13 Immortals, 5 High Templar on the ground, crush any ground army. The only thing protecting him from the ground army is the 5 Broodlords. If those Broodlords disappear, it's game over, right? Just because the Storm and the Immortals should be enough to deal with the Zerglings. Oh, Oracle almost dies. Careful, mate. Careful. Oh, you gotta be careful. Just gotta get rid of this Creep Tumors down here as well. They're gonna give really good vision. Now, Reynor's vision's not bad here, man. Dude, look at how much vision Creep Tumors give. Creep Tumors give crazy vision. Dude, look at that Creep Tumor vision. Oh, it's this one here. I didn't even see that one. Oh, that's why he could see so much. I was like, what? I thought it was this Creep Tumor seeing all the way over here. I actually thought something was bugged. I was like, I'm blind. Never mind, guys. I gotta go get some new glasses. I need my eyes checked, bro. The Lings on the other side of the map. They're gonna find an Immortal. Immortal? Not so immortal. He could have instantly recalled it maybe, but dude, 3/3 Adrenal Zerglings kill and they kill fast. Tempest coming forward right now. Reynor's looking for an ambush. I don't know what he can do though. He doesn't really see the Corruptors. You can see they're trying to come from a surprising angle. He can maybe come in, abduct the Tempest, kill it, get in, get out. Easier said than done. I like the way he inches the High Templar forward. Look, the Viper's ready. Reynor's thinking about it. Stacking the Overlords out front for vision. No. Pokes in with the Overlords also have fantastic vision. So sending them in front not only makes it hard to click on the Viper to feedback, it also gives you vision ahead of what you're running into. Tempests are usually a very bad unit in StarCraft. They are a long-range sniper that is good for breaking stalemates and forcing your opponent to do something. Reynor does not want to do something because if he goes out and fights this, he'll lose. This is the best situation for the Tempest. This is its best use case. It is a stalemate breaker, guys. That's exactly what Goblin's using it for. Nice feedbacks. Doesn't quite kill the Queens. Oh, Ling's getting ready to surround. They're going to come with like a big spready potentially. He's like, yeah, if you come in, he's going to try and surround the High Templar. Remember, guys, right now we have 5 High Templar. 1 of them died. I don't remember what killed it, but it did die. No gas to rebuild any of this. Almost no minerals on both sides. Oh, jeez. Corrupted Viper! He gets the abduct! Reynor gets the grab! Beautiful grab comes in from the north. That's why, yeah, you got to keep trying to tag those wherever you can. Now, while they're tagged, this is where the Tempest should push through. Because he can't come up on you without you seeing him coming. Yeah, keep attacking with the Tempest. The Tempest need to keep going. And then you want to try and tag these again. Yeah, look at that. High Templar on the front line. Feedbacks. Pretty good. Pretty good feedbacks. The Queen's trying to buy time. Once Revelation wears off, the Corruptors can swoop around from an angle. The Corruptors should break off to the side now. Queen's here, starting to get pushed through. They're trying to tank on that front line. Tempest doing great damage. The Lings are still ready. But a Broodlord goes down. A Broodlord just got sniped. There's only 2 Broodlords left. There's only 2 Broodlords left, guys. He can't make more Broodlords. If he loses those Broodlords, the ground army could win this game. But 116 Zerglings will beat 13 Immortals pretty hard if the Storms don't land. So it's a bit of an if. Oh my gosh. Dude, this game's crazy. Corruptors coming in from the north. Tempests are there. Where's the abduct? Where's the abduct? Dude, he gets an abduct. I can't believe he got an abduct there. The High Templar got stuck behind the Immortals. That was so obvious. Goblin saw him coming a mile away, but he does lose another Tempest. Reynor somehow finding value. This one creep trooper down here is actually being a big old nuisance. There's no observer with this army. Remember, if these oracles die, you have no detection. You can no longer push this Goblin. Goblin trying desperately to break the stalemate. Reynor is happy to take the draw right now. He's already indicated that in the chat. Oh, the oracles. They're going to be pulling back. Okay. Clearing the hatchery. Still creep is below this army. There's creep all over the areas. The Revelation... Oh, he's got one observer. Never mind. I'm an idiot. There is one observer here, guys. He's clearing the creep very effectively. Reynor's getting pushed into a corner. Driving forwards right now is Goblin. He's got momentum. The Lings are getting ready. He's spreading them out. He needs to bring these Lings a bit further forward and spread them out a little more. Reynor's going to do that. He's going to bring these Lings up, spread them out, get ready to flank this army. Queens are starting to go down. There's only 6 Queens, 2 Broodlords, 21 Corruptors, 1 Viper left. Not to mention the 116 Zerglings. It's a very close game right now. Storm's landing on those Queens. He gets a High Templar. He kills a High Templar for a Queen. Great snipe with the Broodlord. He's going for it. Reynor goes for it. The Mad Lad comes in with the 270-degree surround. Links from every side. Here we go. Parasitic Bomb. Corruptor's Typhoon top. Mama goes down. It's an insane battle. The Corruptor Void Ray trying to fight as best they can. The Links surrounding the ground army. Is Reynor going to be able to do it? He is. He's going to be able to do it. Reynor, from the jaws of defeat, manages to reach into the Protoss's mouth and somehow clutch that golden victory. The Lings surround that he was waiting for like 10 minutes to land. And Reynor has got to be ecstatic. From pure tilt to just absolutely ecstatic. Do you have cash? Goblin says, not really. Stay in the game. Stay in the game. Neither does Reynor. Neither does Reynor. Stay in the game. You can draw. He can't kill your buildings, right? No, he can't break the mass cannon. Not really, but can you kill my stuff? Says Goblin's right. Goblin should stay in the game. 14 Corruptors? I mean, because there's too many cannons clumped up. Reynor says slowly but surely. I don't believe him. I don't think he can. I mean, technically with Transfuse, he could probably fight like 1 or 2 cannons at a time. 4 queens for Transfuse is pretty big. He could very slowly PP this. Yeah. I think technically he can, but he needs to not make any mistakes. I just wonder when you fight these like clumps of cannons, how many, like what is the range on Corruptor P? Because that's the question. I've transfused P and, oh, he's got a Viper for Blinding Cloud. He has with the Viper, 100%. Okay, with Blinding Cloud, it's not even hard. With Blinding Cloud, it's super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Goblin says, all right, okay, GG. 1 hour and 3 minutes. And I gotta say, at the end of that game, I'm gonna go out on a limb and make a prediction. I think Reynor had a bit of a frown on his face, and Goblin had a bit of a smile on his face. That's my prediction. I don't know. Only the players know for sure. Either way, sick comeback for Reynor. He got that amazing mass neural parasite army fight on the Ultras, on the Immortal Archon a few times. Beautiful surround at the end. And what a fantastically unique gem of a game. GG, well played to Reynor.